creative friends, this is Kathy from Easy Sunday Club. It's so easy to start selling online these days. Online marketplaces like Etsy and Amazon make it easy to have your own online shop up and running in a short period of time without any technical skills. I remember in 2016, I launched my Etsy shop with just 12 art prints over a single weekend. But about 10 months later, I decided to launch my own e-commerce site through Shopify, even though I wasn't barely making any sales through my Etsy shop. One of the biggest drawbacks to only selling online through third-party marketplaces is the lack of control you have over your brand and the ability to really connect with your customers. When you sell on a third-party marketplace like Etsy, you're essentially renting a space on someone else's land. You're subject to their policy, algorithm changes, and often the decisions they make that are best for their business growth is to the detriment of your own. If you've been an Etsy seller for a while, you may know that they've loosened their requirements over the years on what qualifies as a handmade product. And we've seen a huge influx of shops that are allegedly handmade products, but still mass-produced. This created a pricing competition between the mass-produced products that sell for much lower prices and the products that were truly made by a maker business and their teams. The easier it is to start something, such as launching an online shop on Etsy, the more people can do it because the barrier to entry is very low. Therefore, the more saturated the space is. By building your own e-commerce site, you have complete control over the design, layout, and branding of your store. Not only can you create a personal shopping experience for your customers, but you can also build your customer loyalty over time. When the customer visits your site, they are looking at only your products, not sharing a space with suggested lists of 10 other shops. Another advantage of building your own e-commerce site is the ability to build your own email list. When you sell at the third-party marketplace, you don't have direct access to your customers' contact info, and even if you do, you're not allowed to communicate with them directly without their consent, unless you want to be marked as spam. With an email list, you can send out newsletters to keep your customers updated on your upcoming new products, sales, and even personal updates if you're a maker business that want to connect with your customers on a deeper level. Of course, building your e-commerce site comes with a fair share of challenges too. One of the biggest challenges is the cost and effort that's required to set up and maintain your site. Although nowadays with sites like Shopify, the monthly cost of maintaining a site isn't that high, relatively speaking, and you still don't need to know how to code to get a site up and running. But even though you don't have to know how to code, you still have to make design decisions on how you want the website to look and feel to the users, as well as taking attractive photos that are sized properly for the different areas on your site, etc., etc. Now, I'll be mentioning Shopify throughout this video because that's what I decided to use, but there are many other options out there, and this is not a sponsored video by any of them. The top 3 platforms I recommend are Shopify, Squarespace, and Wix if you're looking to launch your own e-commerce site. They have pretty comparable monthly cost and fees, so definitely check those out. And sometimes they come out with free trials. Another challenge with owning your own e-commerce site is you'll be responsible for driving traffic to your own shop, whereas a third-party marketplace already has built-in traffic. You just need to optimize for ranking when people are searching for your work. It's like having a store in a busy shopping mall versus a store on a quiet residential street. So, when is it the right time to switch from an online marketplace to your own e-commerce site? When I was pondering this decision, I wanted to find the magic number. I wanted to know how much money I should make on Etsy before it makes sense financially to have my own website. But I quickly realized that a spreadsheet can't answer that question for me. As much as I could calculate how much sales I needed to justify switching, I needed to look at the big picture. I knew I wanted to build a brand and grow a steady customer base. I wanted my own website and my own domain and the potential to grow my business to carry other types of products besides art prints, even though I didn't yet have the confidence to believe that I could do it. I also knew that I wanted to sell my work to stores one day, aka wholesale. And by having my own branded and fully functional e-commerce site, I feel like it gave my business more authority. I had to will my way towards this decision one baby step at a time, even though I wasn't confident that I would succeed. So for the first 6 months, all I had was a bare bone website with a shop link that linked to my Etsy shop. I think the platforms like Shopify, Wix, Squarespace offer a very basic site hosting without the e-commerce capability, so that at least you would have your own website. Then slowly but surely, I started adding products to my website in the background and launched it on December 2016. I made $23 on my first month there, haha, which was less than the $29 monthly hosting fee I was paying Shopify. But because I began focusing my marketing efforts on my own website while my Etsy shop was still standing, by April 27, I made over $1,400 that month from my Shopify site. And that's in addition to my Etsy sales, which was lower. The thing is, my result or anyone else's result is not a guarantee of yours. You already know that. Yes, you could very much sink at monthly cost and hours upon hours of work and make nothing. But at least you can quantify how much you can lose. You can't, however, predict or quantify how much you can gain from having your own brand, making connections with people on your email list, and by having a tiny piece of land on the internet that you can call your own. It's kind of fun in the beginning. It's like having your own sandbox to play with. All of that said, I don't want to make light of the extra effort you have to put in by having your own website. From additional product uploads to managing inventory to handling sales taxes, there are definitely valid reasons for just staying on Etsy if you're comfortable there. Just know what your trade-offs are. Hopefully this video have helped you understand what your trade-offs are and know that at some point you just have to take a leap of faith and figure out the rest along the way. Thanks for watching, and remember, you don't have to have everything figured out, you just have to take the next step. See you next time.